Do. Alright, I'm starting the stream a little early, I hope. I changed a setting. I hope it still works. You know, so we can dork around before we actually start. People can show up. All that good stuff. So I don't have Brother Pink with me yet. Hopefully he can show up, because he said he was going to be able to make it this week. We'll see. He's got a hard cutoff at 10:30 Eastern time, whatever that is, Japan time. So we're not going to go too late tonight, which is good, because I can't go too late tonight. So I'll probably hopefully wrap up just before 10 p.m. Eastern. See what we can get done on the stream. I'm not... I mean, I know I'm going to work on this Krootox, but I feel like I can go many different ways with this right now. Oh, we got 2 concurrent viewers. Hello and welcome. Hey, Morgan Gork. Good to see you, buddy. Can you hear me okay? Everything look okay? Glad you could join, because I know you... Oh, my fucking mic is very low. This is feedback I get with everyone. Oh, maybe I can adjust that, actually. Let's see if I can fix it. I've just moved it closer, and... Oh, wait. What the heck? Oh, audio. Okay. It doesn't look too low on my end, but let's see if I can jack that up. Vertical layout. Lock volume. What the heck does that even mean? So I moved it slightly closer. Hopefully this is better. Let me know if this is better. But I'm glad of that. Thanks for that feedback, because that would be disappointing if the mic was too low. I need a knife. Hi, Kajan. Welcome. I love how the folks over in Europe, who should probably be in bed right now, are the first ones to turn up. Well, I guess that's a good reason to be the first one to turn up. Get in early, get out early, get to bed. But good to have you both here. How does the mic sound? Does it sound any better now? Can you hear me? Sounded weird. Oh well. So, Mork and Gork and Kajan, are you guys working WIP Wednesdaying? Work in progress Wednesdaying? If so, let me know what you're working on. I'm hoping to work on this Krootox. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. That's good. I just need a drill bit. Little low, but I can hear you. David says sounds fine. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'm not currently using this, so maybe I'll do this. Look, it's a mic stand. This, I'm probably going to regret this. It's probably going to fall. But, I like living dangerously. Is that it? No, that's not any better. Really, I should just get a mic stand, but it's got one of these, which is, I guess, a mic thing, but I don't know about mic things. I'm used to tripod mounts, so I don't really know how to... Okay, well, this is going to work until it doesn't, and then it's going to fail catastrophically. Does that sound any better? I posted pictures on Twitter. Good work, Kajan. Hey, Mark, dude. Welcome. Hello and welcome. Any hip fans out there? Tragically hip. My Canadian is showing. Whenever I say hello and welcome, I think about this live version of a hip song where Gord goes, hello and welcome. You look like a Japanese epic to me. It will make things any easier on you. You can just think of us as finback whales, and think of yourselves as Norwegian whalers, and you'll feel the thrill that one can only feel in the midst of the hunt. That one moment, fully, completely. This meaning serves in all its bitterness, or something like that. Anyway, Gord Downey was a bit nuts, but he was a good guy. So that's what I think of. That's my random bullshit for today. I was working on Kroot. Yes, David, your Kroot arrived. Bang on time, buddy. Happy to hear it. You've been waiting for them Kroot for a while. So we're not having a what did you call it? A Krootastrophe? Krootoclism? Nice purple and pink ones. Oh man, purple and pink. I fully approve of purple and pink Kroot. Speaking of nice purple and pink, I may or may not have bought a whack of war color paints because they're supposed to be good. So, you know who I discovered this week, and I feel like an idiot for not having discovered him sooner, is Vince Venturella or whatever. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. He's probably doing his live stream right now, which is why I shouldn't do my live stream on Wednesday, because I cannot compete with that guy. But anyway, anyone who follows me on Twitter, I guess we might have talked about this, or not Twitter, Instagram, and I guess we might have talked about this a bit last week, knows that I posted all this stuff about Patreons and stuff like that. And when we were talking about Patreons and like charging money for your skill, people kept mentioning, God, who is that other guy? They mentioned this German dude who's like super talented and runs painting workshops. I can't remember his name. He's very, very talented. And they were like, well, if he runs painting workshops, you know, he charges money for his stuff. If he does that, why can't I run a hobby Patreon? I'm like, because you're not as good as that guy. And because that guy books a thing and books a painting seminar and people actually show up and he's actually responsible. Anyway, but people are also talking about Vince Venturella. And I think they were talking about him as an example of someone who kind of gives it away for free. That you can just follow him on Instagram, or not Instagram, on YouTube, and you can just get all his stuff. All his tutorials are right there for the taking. And I really appreciate that because I hate painting. And I used to think I suck at painting, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. But I was watching some of Vince's videos this week. I had not stumbled into Vince's videos yet. And oh, there's the boyo. Hello. Hey, how you doing? That's fine. You said you have to vacuum?
I had to vacuum. It's finished.
Oh, aren't you at work? Good to have you. Glad you can make it. That's Brother Pink. He's just joined us on the telephone. I was just talking about how I've discovered Vince Venturella this week. Are you aware of this dude?
No, not by name.
Oh man, he's on Twitter. And I think on Instagram as well. His avatar is like a vulture. Actually, I think it's probably a Lord of Change. It's like a bright blue Lord of Change cartoon with pink in it or whatever. Anyway, dude does like 1,000 videos about painting and like everything. Like he'll review like different paint brands. He'll like teach you about like different additives you can put in your paint. He'll like tell you all about like inks and all that stuff. Oh God, I'm ruining this. But he gives it away for free on YouTube, and his stuff is very helpful. And he convinced me to buy a bunch of watercolor paints.
Okay, cool.
Because apparently he swears by them.
I think I saw you say posted, but I thought you wrote watercolor.
Yeah, it looks like watercolor, but
Okay,
I hope I didn't.
Watercolor.
It's watercolor, yeah.
I was like, okay, you're gonna use watercolors now.
Hell no, I do not like watercolors.
Though I feel that, like, if there's an area of the hobby where you're not so confident, i.e. painting, you kind of fumble, like, I feel I fumble around and just like, I'll buy this product. Okay, this works. Okay, oh, I'll buy this product. I'll buy, like, the areas where you're not so confident is where you end up spending so much money trying different things to find what is your thing.
That's an interesting way to think about it.
Right, you and your sculpting, you got it down to an art. You don't have to try that many stuff. You know what you want. You know what works.
There's also not that many options for sculpting. There's green stuff, there's Milliput, there's Epoxy Sculpt, and there's Magic Sculpt. And I've tried all of them but Magic Sculpt. I mean, you can do all those like ones that you bake, but you know me.
Are saying that he used to be able to get Kroot for cheap on eBay, but they consumed all of the inventory on eBay.
Victim of our own success, Jacob. Oh, sorry. I didn't read a bunch of these comments because I was just talking bullshit. Okay, I read Mark's "Hey Dudes." I was read
want to be
David.
able to hear me. They can't hear me very well.
Oh, okay. I'll turn you up. That's a good comment. How about now? Say something.
Hey guys, what's up? Can you hear me? Apparently your volume was not so great. Oh no, it sounds fine now, says David Hill. A little low, but I can hear you. Post pictures on Twitter, says Kajan. Hey dude, says Mark. I was working on Kroot as they arrived today. Some nice purple pink ones. Hey
Yeah,
Mark,
we did that
still
one.
no Kroot for me. I think I caught up. I am the other dude. Well, I'm not talking very loud either because I'm at work.
Oh, right. Oh, so Kajan's saying he's got to use a Kroot skull from the Kroot box. Still figuring out what to do with my Kroot boys. Mark, I believe in you. You can do it, buddy. What will you be sculpting tonight? I'll be sculpting some more of my new giant trolls. Oh, Morgan Gork, your giant trolls, are you basing those on the Gargant? Or are you basing those on trolls? Because that would be cool to see a troll Gargant.
Mark wants to make Kroot with Space Marines weapons.
Oh.
They're saying, David Hill says hello, David Hill, and Kajan says he can hear me better now.
Okay, that's good. Well, there's a lot of comments in here. So yeah, tonight I want to sculpt I want to work on the Krootox that I was working on last week. I'm just trying to like mess around with a spear for him because I want to kind of do some sculpting on that. But I misaligned my hole, so don't you hate it when you misalign your hole?
Are you gonna rough up that brass rod before you start sculpting on it?
I don't generally bother with that. That's a good question, but no, I just kind of glue it in, and then what I'll do is I'll do like a thin layer of green stuff on it to like get some traction or some kind of putty, and then sculpt on top of that.
Okay.
But I think this is probably.
Make a giant asshole, jamming some green stuff in there, and then just making it the alignment you want.
That wouldn't really work that well.
Okay, Morgan Gork says I'm sculpting my own trolls from scratch, based all sorts of different myths, then using the new Mega Gargant rules for gaming.
Whoa, that's impressive.
David Hill's roughing up your rod for a misalignment.
Oh my god. Oh my god. David, you've been looking at climax erections too much.
The scaffolding company.
Yep.
More now.
Oh my god. So I said that I was going to give up. Oh, did that work? Oh, that did work. Wow, that was magic. There we go.
What'd you say? You said you were going to give
I was going to give up on this super glue, but then I found an old shitty super glue that still had a stem that I could save, or a lid that I could save. And then I was like, you know that big black garbage can that I stole from you? The one that you stole from somewhere and I put it in the garage?
Like hexagon?
Yeah. I was like actually cleaning out a garbage bag that had been in there for way too long because the thing's too big. And I found another pot of this down in the bottom of it, all dried up. We do not have good luck with this stuff. There we go. So now I can do like a Tyranid kind of... My goal is to do a spinal column on here and then like have some bindings on it so that he can hang on to it as his big beefy Krootox spear.
Wonderful.
That's the goal. So let that dry, maybe get to that a little later. But yeah, I gotta fix his legs because we established last week that his legs are way too stumpy. But I kind of want to get his body proportions right and then do the legs to scale for the body rather than...
But getting his body proportions right, you're doing that on the stream? You're gonna...
Well, I gotta sculpt something.
Okay.
No, not hack away. I'm gonna like put some putty on him. Because the thing is...
John says, so a Tyranid sword glaive is what you're giving him.
Yeah, I like the look of a Tyranid sword glaive. He's supposed to be like my other Krooty boys. Where are my Krooty boys? What was a good example? Okay, so like my original Krooty boys. Where's the thing? Okay, that's not extra bright. One moment.
No worries.
So my original Kroot dudes, they were inspired by like gladiatorial armor. So the idea that they've got like where's the focus? They've got heavier armor on like the one side that they have towards their foe, and then they got the like arm shield thing, and they have like slightly lighter armor on the other side, and then they got like they got crossbow things, but they also like this guy's got a spear, and then like this dude has got his shield and his crossbow, and he's got his like little like knife stabby dirk thing. Yeah, so that's kind of what I want to do with this guy, except in like giant mode, where he's gonna have his like arm shield over here, and then he's gonna have a speary sword glaive thing like the other dude. But I think it's probably more useful for it to be like partially like usable for like cutting as well as stabbing, because he's gonna be kind of like a brawler dude.
Right.
So
Colin Duffy has arrived.
Colin, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for joining the stream. Doing some good work with green stuff this week, I saw. Thanks for sharing that online. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, so I guess I should finish this guy. You know how you said last time that I should like leave this hole here as like the guy's cloaca?
Yeah.
I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to like keep sculpting the caterpillar chest, the David Koska patented caterpillar chest plates down to like here, and then like kind of hide it behind, but just kind of leave an opening there. It'll be our little secret.
Ew. Oh, God. You know what cloaca is Latin for?
What?
Sewer hole.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Did you just look that up?
No, I knew it. I've known it forever.
This is knowledge. I gotta tell the wife that, because she friggin' loves that word.
Oh, God. Really?
Yeah, I can't explain why. I think it was, you know that the video on YouTube with like the guy pretending to be oh, what's his name? Dude who narrated. No, not David Attenborough. The other dude. Narrated the penguin thing.
Okay.
Fuck. Super famous actor. Why am I forgetting his name? African American actor.
Oh, it's
Yes, thank you. That dude.
Red.
What?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah. So there's like cool facts about animals or something where someone's pretending to be Morgan Freeman, and they give these weird animals. There was like a duck one where they talk about like ducks having like spiral penises, and in one of those videos they talk about a cloaca, and I think that's where she got onto it. Good story, eh?
I will check out Morgan Freeman duck videos.
Oh, it's called like fucking cool nature or something. I can't remember what it's called.
I could try doing my best Morgan Freeman impression. Now what Nick didn't know was that the cloaca meant sewer hole.
I don't know that was the best Morgan Freeman impression. Maybe your best.
I've
But...
done it before.
Okay.
I based mine off of the robot from Craig Ferguson. He used to do a Morgan Freeman sometimes.
He did a Morgan Freeman robot?
Because he had the robot that was basically, oh my gosh, George Takei. He had that robot, skeleton robot on.
Oh, yeah. Scott Peterson.
Scott Peterson, and sometimes he'd do a Morgan Freeman voice, and then I learned how to do a Morgan Freeman voice.
I did not. I used to be a fan of that show, and I did not remember the Morgan Freeman voice. So, opinion. I need people's opinion.
More cloacas.
No, that's not the opinion I need. How do I... Hold on a sec. Let's get this close up. So, folks on the stream, I put this crazy sword stabby spear thing on, but I was like thinking of doing like this, but I think this one's a little too big. How do people feel? It's also more choppy and less stabby. Like, I feel like if I put this one, it's got to be on a spear, like a long haft, which is what I want. But with this one, like, that feels like it would just be like his sword thing. So are people loving the stabby, pointy spear thing, or the choppy machete thing?
Why not put the machete in the other hand?
Never have too many machetes. So just to give an idea of scale, that's him with the spear thing, which looks like it might be reasonable. And then if this was here, I think it would have to be more of a sword action.
Here's my recommendation. You're going to finish this guy, learn a bunch of shit, and then make another Krootox with the sword.
Another Krootox? Jesus Christ. Man, you got high expectations. So what are people feeling? Place your bets now. Both?
David Hill says both as well. Colin Duffy prefers the spear thing.
Yep. Thanks, Colin. I
Yeah,
agree.
I think he kind of needs the spear because he's walking with it, right?
Oh, I just realized I don't have any water. Shit. Yeah. The spear, because he's leaning on it, right? That's what I
Yeah.
was feeling. Hold on. I gotta.
Like the hatchet would be better if he was making a motion of like swinging a hatchet.
Yeah, if he was fighting with it.
Yeah, I think it's a wasted opportunity if you.
If them's were fighting words.
Yeah. We only got 2 comments. One from David, one from Colin.
Well, there we go. Spear it is. Because both plus spear. Hold on. I gotta get hand washing water. I gotta go to my patented hose sink. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I can show off my various impression skills if you put my
do it.
close to the mic. Alright. Oh, Morgan Gork says, in that pose, I prefer the spear. Okay, cool. But if it had a more aggressive stance than a choppa sword thing. Very nice. Alright, so seeing as he's away from the camera, my first impression is Gandalf the Grey. You fool of a took, I not throw yourself in it, which is all of your stupidity. Oh, hello there, Mr. Pink. You are looking quite attractive today. Spear, says Bradley Bennett. I like a good spearing as much as the next mage. Blitz Mechanica is not late, waving a hand. Very impressive, yes. Of course. I don't know if Mr. Pink has returned. Can we please have a William Shatner impression, please? I can't do William Shatner, but I can do Patrick Stewart, which is kind of like this. It's hard because it blends into Gandalf pretty easily. Patrick Stewart is, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose the fair thou owest. That's as much as I can do. It's kind of devolving into Gandalf again. Has he returned? He has not returned. Just a lot of banging around. Colin Duffy, the sword would end up looking like the Morghast polearm. Why is there a cat in the box, Blitz Mechanica? Why? I don't have any impressions left to do.
I've been back for a while, but that was fun.
Bro Pink, what am I hobbying on?
Hopping on work?
I'm playing a lot with paper clay lately, but that stuff takes literally a week to dry. Hobbying. What am I doing with hobbying? List hammering. I'm making a bunch of lists. I gotta make a tech marine for 30k with a Volkite. That's my big focus right now. I want to get that done. But nothing really. I kind of stalled. Cats are naturally attracted to boxes. I get it. I was working on converting some Goliaths into scouts, Space Marine scouts, and I was working on magnetizing some Warlock dudes so that where their feet end, there's 2 magnets in each. There's a magnet in the foot that attaches them to the base, so that when Mr. Pink's back.
I've been back for a while. I just liked your impressions.
Oh shit.
Ha! Good work.
Oh boy. Thank you.
You can finish describing your Orlock thing. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah. Actually, maybe before you get back into it, recently I got in on this BattleTech miniature game Kickstarter, the Invasion, the Clan Invasion, and it should be arriving in Canada pretty soon, probably in the next week or 2. And I asked Mr. Pink if he could unbox it on a live stream so I could see what's in there. And just to put it out there, if anybody's interested, we might do that on an off day. It's not a sculpting stream. Right?
Yeah, it's not going to be a Wednesday, but it'll be another day. If people are into BattleTech. Are people into BattleTech? I think Brother Pink would be happy if you're into BattleTech.
I don't care if you're not into it. I'm still going to do it. Kid John says no food on the stream. You're getting more thumbs up for the spear rather than the hatchet.
Well, we'll just have to do 2.
Where'd you get your potty pots?
Oh, these? That's a good question. These, but I don't have a very good answer. These are spice racks. They're magnetic spice racks. So you put them like this, and then you can put them like this, and you keep them together. Or you can put them on a fridge.
Probably keeping that in a metal container is a lot smarter than a plastic container. I've convinced myself that plastic does, over time, over the eons that we keep putty, it does react to epoxy putty.
Possibly. Yeah, so these are, I think, stainless steel spice containers that have magnets on the back. I just had them, like, literally from an old apartment. They were in a box. I'm like, I bet I could put putty in those.
Colin Duffy is into BattleTech. He's been in demo agent for Catalyst Game Labs. That's awesome.
Cool. I don't know what that means, but it sounds impressive.
I guess just teaching people how to play BattleTech for the company that does it.
Oh, nice.
Nostalgia for BattleTech 2. It's why I got internet in the last century.
What?
Yeah, Bradley Bennett says you're a genius.
Why, for spice racks?
Yeah.
They're pretty easy. I'm glad you think so, but oh, for fuck's sake.
MB Consolaris AOL. Oh, cool. BattleTech Universe in game sounds fun, but I've always been deterred from it with the state of boring miniatures. Also, no aliens. Gork and Mork. Yeah, what is it? Iron One Games, the guys who make their pewter miniatures. It takes a lot of work to find miniatures that you like in their line, but one thing that they are doing is all of the new plastic miniatures are also getting retooled as pewter miniatures released by Iron Wind Miniatures. So it'll take a long time, but eventually all the cool new miniatures will also have duplicates produced in pewter.
Why is that?
Posable. What?
Why pewter? Why would you want it in pewter?
Iron Wind Games exclusively works in pewter.
Oh, okay.
And I don't mind it. I love pewter.
The new ones are resin? Plastic? What are they?
So Catalyst is working with a company in China to produce plastic miniatures for their boxes.
Yeah.
But because Ironwind has been making their pewter miniatures for millions of years, they also have the license to distribute. So they're getting the plastic models, making pewter versions of the plastic models. And some of these plastic models, they're a little bit like, you know how you those weird poses or those weird things you get from just casting in plastic? The pewter ones don't have that.
Okay. Cool.
So it's more of like one of my guys has this weird leg bent that looks so messed up, and I could have fixed it, but I painted them already. Anyways, Mark says, I have started on my first Kroot with a Krootox plasma gun. Very cool.
Ooh, Mark, if you want some Krootox plasma guns, you gotta look at, God, what is it? Just Hammin About on Instagram. God, it's like hammering, but it's like hamming. God, I'll have to look it up. But there's a dude who did some like really awesome Kroot guns.
Kajan made a cardboard Marauder. It's a famous BattleTech miniature, famous BattleTech mech.
I think even I've heard of that. I
discovered this whole sculpting with epoxy putty and polymer clay business.
Mark, sorry, if you go back and you watch my video on YouTube about Krootoberfest, we reference the dude in there that has the cool Kroot guns, and that can hook you up. Oh yeah, I didn't just explain it, but what I'm mixing up here is I'm mixing up yellow-blue epoxy putty, Neatite, green stuff, and I'm mixing it with normal epoxy sculpt. That's epoxy, spelled like this. Epoxy sculpt because it makes this putty softer, and the green stuff makes the epoxy sculpt more stretchy. And you just combine them. You can also, epoxy sculpt's cheaper, so you can extend your green stuff by using it with epoxy sculpt. I know I say that every friggin' time, but just in case you've never been here before.
More, Kajana's recommending reading the first GDL trilogy and the Warrior trilogy. I started with the Warrior trilogy. It's really, really good.
Are those the books you gave us?
Yeah, they're there.
They're written so terribly. I couldn't read them.
The first one's rough. Is the court scene stuff is kind of boring. But
it's just all bad. Cool. It's so bad. I tried reading it. I couldn't do it.
You're nuts.
Dad read them, which was weird.
If you like hard sci-fi and mech, you'll likely be sold on BattleTech. Gorkmork says, something I've been thinking about with BattleTech, though, is that if you were to scale it up and use gunpla kits as a base, then you could convert and scratch build awesome minis. Morgan Gork, there's a bunch of people who play BattleTech with 1/60th scale mechs, which are like Warhammer scale, if not bigger. So people are doing that, but they're 3D printing their mechs. because there's
That sounds
a
fun.
company out there called a GAM body that produces STL files to print fully posable mechs that you can print. Anyways, just ham it about.
Yeah, just ham it
Thanks,
about.
Blitz.
That's it.
Kajan, are they really good? I think the books are really good, but Jonesy here says, "Have you read one of them?"
I started reading one of them. I got
the first one.
Yeah, and it was horrible. It was just so bad.
Dad finished it. Dad finished the series.
Yeah, but Dad is an omnivore. He'll read fucking anything.
Right.
He's reading Dodo for like the third time.
Oh god, I can't finish that book.
What? It's so good.
I'm worried about the ending, and I know it's not a good
No,
ending.
no. I told you the ending's good. It's because he didn't write it himself. He wrote it with someone else. She wrote the ending.
Kajan says, I really like them, but they are also very 80s. Like 2 pages to describe how sweat drops run down a sexy woman's body.
Oh god. That might have been
It's
what
true.
I got to. And that might have been where I threw up in my mouth.
Did you get to the stuff on Solaris?
I don't think so. I don't know. There was like
Solaris
one
is like
fight.
the world where it's basically like
Oh shit.
gladiatorial combat. So
Oh, I
like,
just got there and then I gave up.
Okay. Alright, whatever. You don't like the cool robot hand?
What?
I guess you don't have the hand issues that I do. One of the guys has a hand, it's a robotic hand.
Oh, maybe I remember that. I don't know. I literally got sick of it and stopped reading it.
Alright, well,
I couldn't do it.
to each his own. What book is this? We're talking about the Warrior trilogy for BattleTech, Riposte, and I can't remember the other two.
On Guard, some other
Guard, Riposte,
fencing thing.
and I don't know. The first GDL book. That one is called Decision at Thunder Rift. I skipped it. I was told to skip the first 10 or whatever. But one of the difficult things with the Warrior books is that every time I'm reading them, I have to stop and Google search what the mechs looked like. So I had to like make up a paper that had all these different mechs on it because I wanted to learn what the mechs were.
Oh yeah, you sent me your PDF. You were like, when you're reading it, here's the PDF of all the mechs or something. It was helpful because I would like, they had pictures in the book, but they weren't the right pictures or something. I don't know.
Oh, they're older pictures, than 80 pictures, but the new pictures are sexier.
I agree. So yes, I appreciate all your weird reference files that you create.
That's also the cool thing about BattleTech, though, is that like you have this mech. It's called the Centurion, and okay, I want to use the Centurion. You look on Iron miniatures. I don't like their miniature. Okay, then you look over here, and you see there's people producing the Mech Warrior Online video game mechs in that scale. Oh, you can pick that guy. Oh, there's other companies that are making their own design of that same mech.
So this is like 3D printing?
Yeah.
Cool.
So like, if you want to use a unit, you can search around to different companies and see who makes one that looks the way you want it to look, and then okay, I'm gonna feel that one. Or like you could have this faction has the same mech, but they make it a little bit differently. Anyways, Kajan says he describes how sweat runs down Lori Kalamar's body as she is being threatened by Grayson Carlisle with an Inferno napalm launcher to get her to disembark a Locust, small scumbag. There are over 52 BattleTech books. I think there's probably over 100.
Good lord. That's a lot.
Yeah, and like it's funny because I started reading the Warrior trilogy, and my goal was to get to this book called Bred for War, but I'm not even close there. I'm not even close yet, and I've read 6, 7, maybe 8 or 9 of the books already.
Holy crap. Okay. I want to read the Dune books. I've only read the first one. What do people think about Dune? Have you read much Dune, Boyo?
I've only read the first one.
Me too. What do people think about Dune? I was kind of put off by like the time scale. That it's like over they take place over like thousands of years and like generations and stuff. Well, I didn't think I'd like that.
40K is pretty heavily based off of Dune, so if you like 40K stuff.
Oh, I heard like the Navigator houses and all that. Well, of course, there's Weirding's Way who does all his like Weirding's Way. The account on Instagram is a reference to Dune, and his Navigator stuff I think is heavily inspired.
But also, like the whole thing with robots in 40K, that like there's this AI battle, and now you're allowed to make robots that don't have human.
Oh yeah, that was like the.
That's from Dune.
I think I saw a bit of that in the first one. The Thawar, whatever the guy's name is.
Kajlan says that I read all the Dune books. I think they are overrated in a way. Oh wow, you read all of them.
Who said that?
Kajan.
Kajan? Man,
The other books
rebel.
are not as excellent and better than most books. What? I don't know. Okay. I'd be interested to read The Messiah of Dune, I think. That's the second one.
Yeah, I think I could definitely do that. I'm excited for the film, though, because I love Denis Villeneuve, although I hear it's been delayed, which kind of makes sense. Oh, did I tell you I saw, what's it called? Tenet?
Yeah, you told me.
Have you seen Tenet? Is it in Japan yet?
It is in Japan. I'm gonna wait, I think, till it's out on DVD and then just watch the subtitles.
Oh, right.
My coworker saw it and said it was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, because you wouldn't be able to get it with subtitles in Japan. You get Japanese subtitles and you wouldn't be able to understand anything because the sound is so bad in that movie.
Yeah.
But it's all shot in Estonia. You're welcome.
Norway.
In Norway. Oh, okay.
My Norwegian friend who saw it was like, oh, that's Norway.
And you guys did like a Norway-Estonian high five?
Yeah. The thing about Dune, you need to read about all of them for them to become good. Okay.
Okay. You can't just like high grade a couple.
If anybody's out there looking for sci-fi suggestion, I always suggest the same book over and over again. It's The Stars, My Destination.
It's a really weird book. I'm warning you now. It's worth it, but it's really weird. It's really weird.
So good. It's so good.
You'll start reading it and you'll be like, I don't know if I understand what's going on, and that's normal, but it's a good book.
It's because the whole Dune story is a story about a Messiah and how he shapes the future over hundreds of generations. The first book is sort of a standalone book.
Okay, interesting. The sci-fi book that I recommend every chance I get is The Expanse. Series of books.
That's not a book.
Okay, it's a series of books. TV series is based on it. It's about to end. They just announced the name for the 9th and final book. So there's no George R. R. Martin situation. The books will be out by 2021, and the series will be done. But
yeah, it's funny. The reason probably why George R. R. Martin's taking so long to finish the book is because they left him.
They left him?
Jacob Foster wants me to repeat the title of the book. Can you say it? You're probably
more it's I'm gonna lean in really close and do my ADR. ASMR? So it's Alfred Bester, The Stars, My Destination. That's
also known as Tiger.
The Stars, My Destination, also known as Tiger. But good luck finding it because it's really fucking hard to find. So yeah, Expanse. Totally recommend Expanse. It's cool shit. It's like kind of realistic-ish sci-fi with a weird alien element thrown in the middle of it, but not the kind of alien you'd expect. Very good. Also good TV show.
Colin Duffy is recommending God, Emperor of Dune. Leto Atreides II is a good character for sci-fi nerds to know about. David Hill says, anyone tried the Skylark series or Lensman series by E. Doc Smith? I'll pick them up for definite love of the Expanse.
Okay.
And one of the books that influenced me the most was The Beast of Heaven by Victor Keller. A
Paradise Lost.
Dystopian producer. Oh.
It's a book. A Paradise Lost. I should be talking about tools. So I got some. So what I did on that spear thing is that I put a layer of green stuff over the metal because green stuff sticks to almost everything. It doesn't stick very well to brass. So if you're sculpting around an armature that's brass, it has the likelihood to kind of shift around it. When I was getting down to the bottom, I was dealing with it. So I made a very, very thin coating of green stuff on it. And then I'm going to sculpt the detail onto that, which I'm probably going to regret later because it's going to make the thing fatter. But I've got some leeway. I just know that if I try and do it now, it'll be a mess. So I could try to like thin it more, but whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to sculpt like a spinal column texture on there, and then I'm going to put some bindings on it for this guy to grasp it. So that's what I did there. And next, I realized that I should probably just put texture or interior detail all up this thing that I started last time, the inside of his head, because I'm not really clear on how it's going to sit here and what's going to be visible, so might as well just do it all. Because this is a pretty quick and easy texture to get done. So let's do that. One thing I wanted to mention for anyone who hasn't seen it, I uploaded a new episode of the Xenos Alchemist podcast this week. Have you listened to it yet, Craig?
I've started to, yes.
Okay, good. So it's called Sexy Warhammer Ladies, which is completely a clickbaity title that I got authorized by the guests who came on to talk about the real topic, which was the female experience in the Warhammer community, what it's like to be a female wargamer or hobbyist, miniature hobbyist. So I was joined by Norn Queen, Norn Queen and Lady Doth Paints, who are two kind of like newer hobbyists. But I asked them to come on because when there was some weird stuff going on that we detail in the podcast a couple weeks back, I had some chats about it with Norn Queen, and I really liked her kind of observations and her perspective on it from like a human lens, not like a wargamer lens necessarily. And then Lady Doth Paints is involved with this really cool organization called No More Damsels, which is all about representing women in like a productive way in hobbies and not as just damsels in distress or as pinup models. So yeah, we talk about that and kind of like their experience. It's like 40k Warhammer, but it's also just like in a dork space. But it's a really cool conversation, and if it's
there's a dude on it though. There's a James guy.
Oh yeah, James. Sorry, James is on there too. James is Norn Queen's boyfriend, and he is kind of like a more, run of the mill hobbyist, or like a dude hobbyist like myself. So yeah, I was really hoping to have like 2 women and 2 men on it, to have kind of like equal representation. And we get up to some good chats, and there's some stuff in there about like how to be a more accepting and welcoming hobbyist to people like of all persuasions, but like to women in the hobby, and also a bit in there about like learning and accepting that you may have made mistakes in the past, but that's okay. You can move forward from them. And I talk about mistakes that I've made or prejudgments that I've made. So yeah, it's an episode that I'm really happy with. So people should definitely give it a listen. It's not always the most comfortable topic, but the only way to get more comfortable with it is to learn more. So easy way to do that is just listen. David Hill liked it.
As James was definitely not a sexy lady. It was a clickbait title. David Hill is continuing to pump the Skylark series and Lensman series, book series. Red Rising series was recommended as well. Forest Sprite has arrived. We're talking about books.
Hey, Forest Sprite. Before you ask Forest Sprite,
like a list of lady wargamers and painters and do like a shout out.
So that happens if you go to Norn Queen's profile. She does shout outs for lady wargamers and lady painters pretty regularly. So yeah, you can definitely find that on Norn Queen's profile on Instagram.
David Hill's Evening Forest. Hi, David. Glad to hear Forest. Everybody's chatting amongst themselves.
Forest Sprite, you say you live. Have you vanquished the beast yet, or are you still in the process of vanquishing the beast?
Double India. That's the beast that she's vanquish.
No. Forest Sprite has a beast that she's trying to vanquish, and I'm wondering if when she says "I live" that she has already vanquished the beast, or if she's still in the process of vanquishing.
Right now on the stream, I'm seeing a beer. Is that?
Oh, that was the beer. That was for Forest Sprite.
Oh, and boo! I like Bellwoods, not IPAs. Yeah, IPA stands for isopropyl alcohol.
Well, this one's a double IPA, so it's a little different.
No, in Japan, and trying to buy isopropyl alcohol, they call it IPA.
Really?
I had to dig at the beer.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's hard to find the alcohol, not the beer.
Well, do they have IPA like beer there? That doesn't feel very Japanese. Well, I guess they're getting more crafty, right?
Yeah, in Sapporo they just made a craft beer hall.
Oh wow, that's when you know it's arrived.
And you can get like a big aluminum tank to fill up and take home if you want.
Like a growler, or what do you mean by tank? Like a keg?
Can I compliment your Wally-esque item holder? Oh, it does look like Wally.
Hello.
It stands for piss, actually.
It's me, Wally.
I don't normally love IPAs, but I found that like strong IPAs, they can get pretty citrusy, and I can get behind that.
That's your jam?
It's not my jam, but I can tolerate them more than I tolerate normal IPAs. There was a time when I wouldn't tolerate them, and I didn't like the whole hop thing, but I've come around.
Right. So with your spear there, are you just gonna, like, for tonight's sculpting, it's just gonna stay...
Yeah, it's not gonna dry fast enough for me to actually do detail on it, so I gotta do...
Damn it, a growler is slang for something in the UK. Everything is...
Agreed! Everything is slang for something in the UK.
Yeah, I just tapped on the window, and the people from the UK give you this look like that.
Oh, you tapped on the window, did you? Oh, suits you, sir. How's your father?
Oh, I dropped the bucket, and the UK people are like, oh, another slang.
Oh, dropped the bucket, did he? Oh, suits you, sir. Suits you. Say no more. Say no more.
Growler or beaver?
Oh, gotcha. That makes some sense. So, David, I feel like I might have already said this, but in Canada, we have summer homes that are called cottages. And there was a time when I was dating a lady who basically lived at one of these summer homes. So I would tell my friend from the UK that I was going cottaging on the weekend with my girlfriend. And her response was, not usually something one does with their girlfriend, but works for you.
Jacob Foster only drinks bourbon, pretty much.
Oh man, you fancy man.
Cider is better, says David Hill.
I'm not crazy about cider. Rots my guts. Okay. That's enough of that. Okay, let's get on some sexy caterpillar body. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's weird, boyo. You Oh, Forest Sprite is in the process of vanquishing. You didn't update me on that. I feel like you live in the future because you hear my bullshit before it comes up on the stream.
Yeah. It's weird, though, that I have to deliver the messages that took 5 minutes to get to you and probably took an extra minute to get to me.
That's fine. I don't mind. Yeah. It lets me focus on...
It's all, what's the Doctor Who term? Timey-wimey.
It's all timey-wimey. It's not bullshit, just timey-wimey. Doctor Who.
How many people actually have summer homes versus just renting cottages? Well, our province, the problem is that no one really wants to live that far north, so it's better just to sell cottages up there. So there's so much land, right? And back in the day, it was pennies on the dollar, but now it's getting more.
And it's beautiful land. Like, there's lakes, like, buttloads of lakes. Like,
yeah.
Because I grew up here, I assumed everyone had this many lakes. Sorry, what was that?
Go on.
I was just going to say, because we grew up here, I don't know how you feel about this, but I assumed that everyone had this many lakes, like everywhere in the world. But apparently that's not the case.
David, oh dear, don't say dodging or dogging either. Beer makes me bloated. It's either Scotch, bourbon, or cider.
Scotch I can get behind. Bourbon, I'm sure is good. I'm fine with Scotch, so I don't need to look into bourbon.
Perhaps Mark is carving out Kroot hands?
Mark? Mark, what are you doing?
Carving out Kroot hands. Oh, he's making the plasma gun, isn't he?
Oh, right, yeah.
Some more caterpillar. Don't cover that cloaca.
I'm trying to leave a little bit of gap around the cloaca. Don't worry, just for you.
Nice.
Just trying to blend this stuff into the previous.
It solves the question of how Kroots procreate.
Cloaca. Is that a question?
Who is Redria 7? No lakes are not as common as you find in Canada, where we are. Jacob Foster gets cheap bourbon.
Hi, Redria. Welcome to the stream.
Whiskey.
Sexy caterpillar torso. Did you watch the Kroot episode? Or listen to the Kroot episode?
I think I did.
Did we mention the sexy caterpillar torso? I can't remember if I cut that in or cut that out.
Last week. You talked about it last week, of course.
Okay, good.
You originally had abs and stuff sculpted on there, but then
yeah,
you guys
I gotta clean them up because apparently that's
Jacob
not.
Foster's in the States. Oh, the people are talking amongst themselves.
How you doing, boyo?
I'm doing great. So I guess you missed this, but I've been doing this stuff with paper clay, casting paper clay.
Yeah.
It's basically a mixture of toilet paper, white glue, and drywall compound.
Wait, you make it yourself?
And, yeah.
Oh
And
wow.
like when it dries, it's basically as hard as wood and as light as wood, and I really like it.
Come on.
But
amazing.
it takes over a week to dry.
Yeah.
Because you need to mix up so much water to kind of get it all to mesh together. So I have all these different things I want to do with it, but it's kind of messy to mix up, and then it takes forever to dry. So like right now, I've got a bunch of stuff drying, but I made
Can you speed it up with some heat?
I made little daggers out of it to play with kids at work, and then I made like a little.
You made daggers to play with kids at work?
Yeah, and I also made a short sword recently, but I was showing it to the kids, and I said, "Oh, be careful! It's breaking." But my poor Japanese, I said, "You can break it," and the kids
They're
like,
like,
"I can break it," and
sweet.
I'm like, "Oh,
oh
that was a big
man.
mistake. Oh, we got some more stuff. Just call me Red. It says Redria. I like Redria 7. Keep it easy. David Hill says, we have a German supermarket who do their own version of Jack Daniel's honey bourbon, and it's delicious. Kajan says, I have worked with paper plate. It's fun. Jacob Foster says, that sounds amazing. David Hill says, that sounds like geek gaming version of Sculpt-A-Mold. The problem with paper plate is that it's not like clay or plasticine or green stuff. You can't get a good impression into it, so you're kind of making, I don't know. Anyways,
Is it like lumping?
It's kind of squishy. It won't really hold the shape so great. Kajan says, best worked with in cold time. You can put it in the oven. Jacob Foster says, I mostly drink Jim Beam and occasionally some Southern Comfort because I'm trashy. Kajan says, Sculpt-A-Mold is more like cold porcelain.
Whoa, crazy.
For the swords and daggers I made, what I did was I used a wire cutter and cut some styrofoam into the sword or dagger shape. I made sure that the piece I cut out, I didn't damage it and just shoved it further back into the piece I cut so that it became the bottom base plate.
Yeah.
And then I would push down all this paper plate into that mold and leave it for as long as possible. But you kind of have to take it out of the mold to get it to dry better. But when you take it out of the mold, it's still very brittle, so it can break easily. Anyways, it's fun to play with. David Hill says, mix the paper mush with casting plaster, and it'll dry in an hour. With oven vent heater. Why don't I want to use plaster? Well, the problem is I'm also using Japanese supplies, so the drywall compound I'm using here is not the same as the drywall compound they suggest. And then another problem is that I put so much bloody water in it that it takes forever to get the water out.
Do you put more water than suggested, or what?
I don't know. The whole thing is that the paper, they say, like, with the toilet paper, you get it soaked, but don't squeeze out all the water, because if you squeeze out all the water, all the other stuff can't get into the paper anymore, so you got to kind of keep it soggy. So then I mix it all up together, and then I try to squeeze out water. But if you squeeze out too much water, it's not as good of a sculpting malleable material anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. But my sword is kind of kick-ass, kind of crap, but I'm very pleased with it.
Good. Are you making it because of memories of Dad making us wooden swords when we were kids?
Of course.
That's what it reminds me of.
So I know I'll never be able to be as good at him as with cutting wood, so I thought I'll sculpt it instead. It should look like cottage cheese when mixed. It does. Mine, first of all, it looks like tuna, and then I throw in. I mix in a little bit of
tuna
pigment powder.
Oh, nice.
Pigment powder, so that it looks stone-ish. So all my stuff looks really cool in stone. Check out Ultimate Paper Mache YouTube channel. She has a good recipe for paper plate. If it's an old lady with glasses, I think I do use her recipe. The problem is that I'm using all Japanese sourced materials. Even Japan should have plaster of Paris. The person I saw recommends drywall compound. And drywall compound in Japan is a little bit different, but it's really cool. It's got some cool things to it. It's kind of a khaki color, and it's got weird things mixed into it that are little
fibers,
golden specks that shine like gold. So,
it's supposed to be the kind of stuff they use for the screens or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
I think because I can picture like those paper screens that have that gold stuff in them.
No, that's not. It's not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, somebody thought I said pigment powder. No, pigment powder. Black pigment powder. Yes, she's an old lady with glasses. Yeah, I think I watched her.
You watch the... Yeah, I like to watch the old lady with glasses. She always does the best paper mache. Hey, this is getting to be a pretty cool shape. The way it, like, bends down. I'm trying to, like, bring this... So this section is going to have, like, some breaks in it, but I'm just trying to, like, get the curve going down towards the cloaca. And also stretch the putty down to cover more of that hideous cloaca thing.
David Hills recommends just ordering it from Geek Gaming. Yeah, I've seen people use it, and I should probably do that. I've seen people, like, one thing that I'm really concerned about with it is how it adheres to other surfaces. And I've seen people just like, oh yeah, I'm going to stick it to this thing. But I don't think it really does stick to anything very well. I'm getting lost in the weeds.
Is Brother Pink too loud for you guys? Is he, like, is his audio good? Should I turn him down?
No, don't turn me down.
Okay. Now I gotta figure this out.
Another thing I'm doing is I'm in early stages of I want to make like a train, like a wargaming train that's kind of for Necromunda.
Yeah.
So I've just like doodling what I think the front engine would be like. Oh, David Hill wants me louder.
I think this is as loud as you get. Is David Hill just being a pain?
Redria7 says, is it supposed to be insectile, your caterpillar belly? And he likes the part you're doing now. Is it a shell?
So this is meant to be a giant Kroot. And where are my Kroot at? Where are my boys at? One sec. Oh, that's not a good example. Here, Krooty, Krooty, Krooty. Nope. Here, Krooty, Krooty, Krooty. Nope. Fuck. Damn it, no. I'll go with the painted one. Oh, I should just go with this guy. So if you look at a Kroot, they have this, like, segmented torso thing going on, which looks kind of like a shell. David Koska, otherwise known as Koska Made, has dubbed this the caterpillar torso. So that's what I'm replicating here. I don't have it perfect yet. Mine's a bit too rounded, so I'm going to clean that up. But that's what I'm trying to do. And, like, it goes right down, like, over their crotch. So it could be, like, shellish. Actually, I should probably do this. Little example on a little lesson on Kroot anatomy here. So you can probably see that a little better. Yeah, it's got those, like, segmented plates. And they're like, maybe armor. No one really knows what the deal with Kroot is. We all just love them and collect them. We don't really understand them. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to replicate. Down here by this big bulging sack.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to replicate here. And, like, these sections, they're a little too rounded. They're not flat enough, so I'm going to have to clean them up. But it's still in the rough stages. So maybe I'm trying to make this one a little better.
Well, look at the, like, I don't know. You'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. I just don't know if this is one section or two down here.
Do what you want. Whatever looks good. Whatever.
I feel like by the dimensions of these sections, it should be two down here. So yeah, it could be like an armored thing. Who knows? Kroot are a mystery. That's why we love them so much.
Building a mystery. Also, that train that I'm designing.
Yeah.
The passenger cars, I'm basing them off of Final Fantasy VI Ghost Train cars.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Wait, like, you live in Japan, so can you actually buy the Final Fantasy VI Ghost Train there, or just like the design?
This is 3D printing dreams.
Oh, right. You said this is your 3D printing dreams.
Yeah. What do we got? Oh, a bunch of messages. Okay, looks like the Michelin Man. Don't point at his crotch and state he has a bulging sack. I've just spat my juice all over. Colin Duffy says,
wait, who spat their juice all over?
Excellent Seraphon Lizardman color scheme. Redria says, this guy could be a chubbier grub than the one you just showed. Jacob Foster says, bro, you kidding? Iron Beak, that Kroot guy, and Owaka know, like the exact science of all Kroot.
They have ideas, but they don't really know.
That even the damn wikis don't have. Nice.
They got ideas. I trust Owaka with all my Kroot lore.
wish I could go back in time though when I first bought that Tau box and tell you, one day you're gonna be sculpting an entire Kroot army.
And I would tell you that you're full of shit.
You're not my. That's not true.
I still have the sticker from that box that says Tau Codex inside on my
It's on,
yellow bug box.
Contained inside. Gorgon Morg says, so a sculpting question. Have you got a fun suggestion on how to sculpt a giant tie made from sewn together skins? Maybe some twisted ideas on what to add to that. Oh god.
Well, I would tell you to go and see my Stitch Flash video for the sewn together skin. And then just make it necktie shaped. But yeah, my Stitch Together Flash video will help you with that.
According to Oaka, Kroot reproduce through vomiting.
Really? I didn't know that. Something I learned, apparently Kroot have a secondary brain in their stomach. They can do that thing that Marines do where they like eat something and they can like absorb some of its memories.
Yeah. Well, they probably got that from eating
Marines.
That's weird. John says for the necktie, have half a face in the tie and some stitching that stitches together the eye part and the jaw part in a reversed way. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think I like this big plate down here. I don't know that I want to do another one.
Cool. Do it. The one thing is if you're going to change the legs, will they impact on the shape of that bottom plate?
That's why I don't want to get too close to that stuff.
Okay. I'm interested what this flesh necktie is for, Mark and Cork.
It's for his big troll army thing.
Oh, right.
Troll Gargant dudes.
Troll necktie.
Oh, so last week we talked about Sons of Baymat, right?
Yeah.
We didn't know how much they were going to cost. Holy shit. $220 Canadian.
I know.
I'm like, wow. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't play the game, so I can only justify so much money spent on it. And like, I was interested in a Gargant, but $220, no. And then also the Silent King. I love the Silent King. Everything about the Silent King except for the Silent King model. Like, I love all the like interesting Necron architecture around him. But that model, do you know how much that model costs Canadian?
No.
$180.
Yeah. I think I've heard that the reason why they do that is because you only buy one of those models, so they try to make their costs.
Yeah, says them. So much for my dream of sculpting like or making a crazy Necromunda board. Why do I keep saying Necromunda? Necron. A crazy Necron board with all this cool Necron architecture. I literally want to buy like the Tesseract Vault, the new Monolith, the Silent King, the Ghost Arc, whatever, and just like take all that weird Necron architecture and just make like a tomb world out of it.
That'd be cool.
But those are like all the most expensive models.
Yeah, true. Kajan says, funny how many 40k races can read minds by eating brains. Kajan says, haha, sounds twisted, I like it. All about the face. And the stitching video is a great tutorial. I've seen it before, we'll rewatch. David Hill says it's 68 pounds in the UK. So that's the crazy thing is that when you do
which is 68 pounds?
I think it's 68 UK.
No, because I looked up the Void Dragon, and Void Dragon's gonna be 68, but I'm pretty sure the Silent King is like 100 pounds or like 105 pounds or something. No, that's how much the 105 is how much the Monolith is gonna be.
I'm on the UK side already.
Good man. This is why we pay you the big bucks.
Is it a new release or pre-order?
Which? Silent King would be a new release.
I'll find it. Dude's tall.
Dude is tall, but so boring. That model is so boring.
95 pounds, Silent King.
Holy toot. Yeah, I think that about ranks.
Do you ever dream about going to the UK and spending a lot less money on Warhammer and then coming back to Canada?
No, because then I'd be in the UK and I'd be spending a lot more money on everything else.
Good point.
Wouldn't be spending less money. Like you make, it's like equivalent to like UK income.
We got some more comments coming down. What do we got? $1,000 for Age of Sigmar army is not bad in relative terms, sadly.
A grand of what? Who is that person? Canadian?
That person is Colin Dunn. Duffy.
That is Canadian.
What do you think of the Primaris Firestrike servo turret?
I don't think it's as shit as everyone says it is.
The one thing that I kind of think is stupid is that it has movement value.
That's dumb.
And because it's on grav plates.
That's dumb. That's so dumb.
I'm going to get around by hovering tripod or whatever four-legged tripod.
I had no problem with the Fisher-Price turret until I heard that it could move. That's dumb.
Fisher-Price turret. It is a good shout-out to old stuff.
It is?
What is that game? There was a board game that had
StarCraft?
random... No. It's a Warhammer board game.
What?
Where it was colored plastic for different factions, and it was
Fantasy or 40K?
What?
Fantasy or 40K?
40K.
What are you talking about?
Precursor to Space Hulk.
Not Space Crusade.
It might be Space Crusade.
Oh.
Yeah. Space Crusade had a turret in it. Space.
Advanced Space Crusade? I thought it had Tyranids and shit. I thought that had actual miniatures.
It had everything, man. It had Necrons. It had a turret. Basically quite similar.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Is that why it has a super frag missile or something? I heard that that's a throwback to super crack or something.
That's the little bunker that is super frag.
Oh, are you talking about the turret thing? I thought the turret thing was a throwback to the tarantula.
It's something older than the tarantula.
Or the rapier or whatever it is.
Oh, Space Marine unit has to be OP by law. No, there's something older than the tarantula, actually. I'm trying to find it.
Wow.
It's in Space Crusade. Space Crusade turret.
Just do Space Crusade contents.
It's the first image that comes up for Space Crusade turret.
Nice.
And it looks very similar to
You know your Old Hammer well. Oh, yo, speaking of Old Hammer, you know how I said that I got some watercolor paints? Not to be confused with watercolor paints. They do this thing called the Nostalgia set, where they make a paint set that's like the old Games Workshop paint sets.
Nice.
Guess what I bought?
You bought it?
No, I bought 3 paints from it. Try to get, if you can guess, I think you can guess one of the colors that I bought.
I don't fucking know. Goblin green.
Yeah, you got it. You nailed it. Want to try for 2 points?
Flesh wash?
Oh, no, I should have gotten Flesh Wash. That's a good call. I thought about it. Oh, you know me so well. These are the ones I should have got, but I didn't.
What'd you get?
I got Tentacle Pink.
Okay.
Which is dumb because I already have Tentacle Pink. I have a Tentacle Pink from legit back in the day when we started. Our first paint set ever, and it's still good. But I just felt like getting another one. So I got... Yeah, I should have gotten Flesh Wash. I should have gotten Snakebite Leather because those are amazing colors. But I got Tentacle Pink, Goblin Green, and Bilious Green? Because it looks like something that I could actually use for my cult.
Nice.
I feel like I'm just adding... it's fine, but I think I'm just bulking this up more than I intended. But I think it looks better at this level. Yeah, so these... Do you know much about Warcolor?
No.
It's a dude in Crete, in Greece.
Yeah.
I bought I think I got 5 pots of paint for 10 euros.
Nice.
Super cheap. It's gel based, so it's different. It's like the scale 75 stuff. But...
Ooh.
Yeah. But Vince Venturella, the guy I was talking about earlier, he swears by the white that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what I got interrupted.
Let me hit the comments.
No. Okay. Yeah, okay.
What do we got? The Silent King is cheaper than Techless for them new AOS elves, Chaos androids.
Yeah, but wait, stop. Let me comment on these things. Techless, I would say, is a better model than the Silent King. I honestly am so... Silent King's Dais thing, amazing. Silent King model himself, boring. He's just so plain.
Sure. He's a Necron.
Yeah, no, but even for a Necron, he's just the plainest of Necrons that ever did.
Yeah, so
Shamble
go
out of
kill
two.
the Silent King. Which one is he?
Yeah.
He looks like this. Yeah, they all look like that.
And I feel like the fact that he's so low detail is just emphasized by the fact that he's so big. Like if he was small and low detail, you could get away with it, but he's giant and low detail. It's disappointing.
Somebody's asking about Chestnut Ink. That was a pretty popular one.
Ooh.
Jacob Foster guessed Goblin Green.
Yeah, Jacob.
David
Yeah, you
Hill
did.
Says, you've been watching Vince.
Vince is good, man. I only just started. You know what? Honestly, I wanted to say this earlier. My goal is to be for sculpting what Vince is for paint. Like that guy just like opens up his wisdom and pours it all over people and helps them out. And that's what I want to do for sculpting. Don't chuckle at me talking about him pouring his wisdom all over people. You sick bastard.
Think about the Curb Your Enthusiasm. They're like, open that asshole up and just get inside there and eat your Snickers and throw it on the ground and then tag Larry was here and then get.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, nothing. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay.
John saw somewhere where somebody had a recipe for making snakebite leather.
Didn't they make it? I thought that like one of the new contrast colors is snakebite leather.
Yeah,
I have it. I think.
Close.
Yeah, so I guess this means that I have to get good at painting now because I got all these paints.
No, you don't. You can do whatever you want. Just your hobby should make you happy.
Well, it's weird though because like anyone who knows me knows that.
Mark,
Stop.
Tidbits. I love tidbits.
Oh, they're overrated. So I don't like painting. I like sculpting. I like converting. But honestly, this week I've been doing a lot of Kroot painting. Like I've been finding it like relaxing.
Really
Thanks, man.
it looks really
Yeah, I'm really happy with the where the hell is he? Because I was stressing. Oh fuck! Come here. Sorry. I was stressing over what to do with the like leathery stuff that they like ripped off of Tyranids. It was like bright pink last time we looked at it, but I've kind of figured it out. I got to figure out what wash to put on it, but I'm a little happier with it now. And then I'm really happy with like my crazy like desiccated bone scheme, which is literally Zenithal Prime and then 50-50 mix of Space Wolf Gray contrast and Plague Bear or whatever the heck it is contrast, and it gives you this like greeny gray gross thing, and then I just highlight over it, and it's been working.
What's the one more time the name of the guy who you're teaching how to paint?
Vince Venturella. All you have to do is go on YouTube and look up and type in Vince and then type in hobby cheating. That's what like a lot of his videos are called. Hobby cheating. And he's like no bullshit, but he's really talented and he just like hooks you up with some knowledge. Tell him I sent you. Not that he knows who I am.
Your bone looks fantastic, man. I love your bone.
I'm really happy. It's pretty labor intensive, but it's the ones that have a lot of bone on them. It's good to kind of carry the model.
Oh, sure. I gotta address something that happened last week on the stream. First of all, somebody said that it looks very cell shady, which I agree.
Oh,
with.
I think that's the camera. I think the camera is doing some cell shade stuff.
Well, good stuff. But last week somebody made a comment about like it's violet or something, and I was like, what? I didn't really get it, and I thought, oh, maybe it's some sort of like shout out that I don't get. It's a joke. And then I watched a video after about Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Oh.
It's a quote from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. But the same day, I just randomly watched this video, and it blew my mind. Anyways.
What's the quote? Like, what does it refer to? What's the It's Violet thing? What is it?
Come on.
I want to know about Queen culture. Come on.
Okay, I gotta search it, Priscilla.
You can't drop a piece of knowledge like that halfway.
Desert. I don't cast.
The wife had never seen Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. She's obsessed with queens, but she'd never seen it.
I've only seen
the
musical.
Did I tell you I was Fraser Thompson's like birthday in like grade 7 or something? He's like, let's watch Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I was not cool enough to know what the fuck was going on. I was like, why are we watching a movie about drag queens? Can't we watch like Jurassic Park or something? He was ahead of his time.
Purple. What's the quote? It's magenta? Magenta? I don't know. Is magenta?
Maybe someone here who said the quote can tell us. I don't know if they're here.
Maybe.
Does anyone have that Priscilla, Queen of the Desert quote?
At one point they're painting it and some guy's like, I hate pink, and he's like, it's not pink.
Oh! Fuchsia. Was it because we were talking about the pink thing that David made me?
Perhaps. desert though.
Hit me up.
I got nothing.
Oh, well, thanks for
I
nothing.
can't find it. Perhaps the chat is revealing. Magenta is not purple. Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, I could just watch the video again and find it. Personally, when I got back into the hobby, Dr. Faust painting clinics helped me a lot. Yeah, they're really good.
Dr. Faust taught me how to do the skin color on my homunculus coven.
His amazing tutorial for effects such as saliva. Magenta is a true red. It wasn't magenta. I'll get the quote, but I can't do it right now. Around 260 videos for hobby cheating. I've spoken to him a couple of times, says David Hill.
I just left a comment on one of his videos and he got right back to me. What?
Vince is live streaming right now.
Of course. This is what I said when we started. I'm like, I should not be live streaming right now because we're competing with Vince.
Fuchsia. I think it's fuchsia.
Didn't I say that?
No, it's not a purple. It's a pink color. It's fuchsia. I can't remember.
This is why no one knows about Vince on this video, because they're actually watching this video. They're not watching Vince's live stream. If we did this on Thursdays, would that be easier for people? Especially the people in Europe? Because, like,
Friday for me.
I chose Whip Wednesday, but we could do Thursday if that's better for people. I feel like once we had a stream on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday, and I feel like more people tuned in, but I don't know why.
Right.
I should do a poll, because really, we could do this anytime. Realistically, I should also do one on the weekend so that Europe folks can get in without staying up. Sunday? Interesting. I was going to assume Saturday, but you say Sunday?
Sunday for me is Monday. Or Sunday for you is Monday for me.
Right. Monday morning.
And typically a lot of Mondays are pretty light over here.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate your help, so that would be something to consider. So maybe we do Sunday. If there's
I'm an important part of this.
You are. If there's anyone on the stream who's from Europe and still around and not in bed, would Sundays work for you guys? Let us know. Let us know in the comments below.
This is the painter guy you're talking about, Vince.
Vince.
He's really nice to chat with, and he answers really fast. Facebook group of his is Painter Motivated.
Oh, Facebook. Blech.
Colin W says red and blue are not primary colors. The real primary colors are yellow, cyan, and magenta.
Really? I didn't know that.
What your printer uses.
No,
So
that's...
cyan, I named one of my kids in my English class Cyan.
Oh, because of Final Fantasy?
Partly, he has an older brother named Ryan, and the mother's like, I really like the name Ryan. Can you name him Ryan as well? And we're like, but also she dresses him in cyan now.
So did you call him Cyan?
His name is Cyan.
Okay, cool. I want to say it's for Final Fantasy VI.
Final Fantasy VI, so in Japan, his name is Cayenne, I think.
Like cayenne pepper? God, they always do this stupid dajare.
I know. Jacob Foster says, Sunday is my main hobby day. Morgan Gorg says, for me here in Sweden, Wednesday is better than Thursday, Saturday. Kajan is fine with Sunday.
What about Sunday?
Thursday is Monument Hobby Streams Day. Monument Hobby Stream Day.
I don't do
Thursday.
Monument hobbies, so I don't know. Can't do Tuesday because that's between the bolter and me, and they're my bows. My bows? My buds?
My bows.
My bows.
Bo.
Monday fun day?
But the nice thing also, like, it's nice to get in on the chat, but if you miss it, it's there. You can watch the video.
Good point. And I watched some of Vince's stream, and it was just like talking about releases. It wasn't about hobby stuff. So, I mean, that's fine. But if you want to do hobby stuff, maybe this is the hobby one. I don't know.
I do like the wider chest now, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's looking better. I'm glad we're doing this.
David Hill says Pro Acryl paint is made by them. Another Vince favorite paints. Morgan Work says Sunday would be great.
That's good. Okay. I like that. Sounding good.
Jacob Foster says, midday is also part of my weekend, so sunglasses emoji. Kajan says, so why did you sculpt over that perfectly good caterpillar bod?
Because it wasn't perfectly good. It was weirdly rounded and not flat. So we're fixing it.
I picture Kajan walking outside and being like, "Hey there, Caterpillar, you got a nice pod."
Sexy business.
David Hill says, "If it's this time at night, any day is okay with me."
David, my hope if we did Sunday would be that it would be during the day so that you folks didn't have to stay up so late.
Yeah, if it's during the day Sunday, I'm not at work yet.
No. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Sorry, bro.
Well, then maybe you come to the week stream and not to the weekend stream.
Whatever. No worries.
Because I desperately want to get a stream in that people in Europe can get in without staying up all night.
Right. I get it.
I mean, I appreciate people staying up all night for this, but my goal is to make it so you don't have to. Oh, fuck, I'm screwing this up. I wanted to give him like kind of pecs, like kind of like curved.
Okay.
But I don't know. I feel like
I'd say if you do it, don't do it now, right? Set up this phase. Once this phase is completed, come back at it, try the pecs, and if the pecs don't work, you just pull it off. And you don't have to worry about ruining any other detail.
I guess you're right.
Take it in steps, baby steps.
It sounds like something that Modern Synthesis told you to do.
Who's that?
Don't listen to my own advice, because I'm a moron. He's me.
Are there any projects that you're working on right now that are not being shown?
Who said that?
What?
Who asked that?
I just asked that.
We don't talk about that project, you asshole.
No, is there anything else?
Yeah, of course. I got too many things on the go.
Dave Hill says, no, it's fine. Mark says, yes, I have a partially completed plasma gun Kroot. David Hill says, it's only 210 here right now. What does that mean? Thanks again for the tool recommendation. The silicone ends are a bit soft. But
who's saying that?
That's Colin Duffy.
Sweet. Yeah, Colin, those ones you have are not the best. You need to get better ones, man.
Forest Sprite asks, is there generally a bigger audience in Europe?
Well, this stuff all started in Europe, Forest Sprite. Like, UK is where it all started. So there are folks from Europe. And, like, on this call right now, how many Europeans we got in the house? David's a European. Kajan's a European. Mork and Gork's a European. Who other Europeans we got in the house? It's tough because right now it's, like, 2 a.m. or something over there. So...
Kajan is in Germany close to Switzerland?
I think so, yeah.
And some other place?
So that means he's 7 hours ahead of me. Or 6? I don't know.
Kajan says, it's a weekly thing that we talk about, the thing that we don't talk about. Definitely. I love the ball burnishers. I use them to make a bunch of holes in my demon prints for worms to crawl out of.
Yeah, Colin, that's the good thing about those tools, that you got ball burnishers on them. But the silicone ends are not good. You can get such better silicone ends. So don't set your expectations based on those.
David Hill says 2:10 as in 10 past 2 in the morning. Oh, David Hill, 2:10 means something completely different in Canada.
What? Isn't that 2:40? What? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Mork and York is in Sweden, and Mark is in Scotland, and Kajan is, yep, I'm in Germany.
Oh, I thought Mark was Canadian. Whoops. I missed that one up.
This is a lowercase m Mark, and it's 3:18 a.m. Oh, Kajan, that's awful. Man.
You guys are so dedicated. Like, I hope you have, like, alternate work schedules or something, and that's why you're here. Oh, wait, Kajan's probably talking to his wife. Isn't she in California? Oh, goddamn.
Damn.
Yeah, that is almost death difference. I had a friend who was in Japan, and they were dating someone in Vancouver, and they basically broke up because the time difference was that bad.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah. You basically couldn't make it work. Without a lot of work. Boy, I'm ignoring you. I'm going for my pecs. Yeah! Peck time! Sort of. A little bit.
When you ruin a detail you've worked on
Shut
already,
up.
I will be laughing.
Shut up.
Mark is not from Kanukistan.
Dude, you joke, but that's Ameristan right now.
True.
Shit, it's going on over there? Holy crap.
Kajan says, yep, and I will talk to her in about an hour and a half. Oh, cool.
Ah, right. So we're helping you hang out and wait for your lady wife.
Hopefully. David Hill says, I'm at work for half.
What? Are you okay?
People talk about time.
What?
7:30 in the morning.
That like gives you like a visceral reaction?
It just makes me frustrated.
8:30? Really? Wow, this is something I didn't know about you. What did 8:30 ever do to you, boyo?
When I was little, I just could not grasp my head around like 2:45, 2:15.
This is why you're always late.
Just say 45, 15. They're numbers. They communicate clearly.
I do agree with that. I also thought that was stupid when I was young.
Whatever. What I'm going to do is popularize innuendos that are actually all those British ways of telling, or UK ways of telling time, and then they'll come here and be like, it's 8:30, and people are like, oh,
yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, baby, you're 8:30.
Yeah.
And I want to get 9:15 with you.
Ooh. 2:10, baby. 2:10.
Ooh, dirty. I don't know if we can have that on the stream. Also, so I was talking about that podcast episode that I released, Sexy Warhammer Ladies. Yeah. Totally put the name as a joke to be like kind of clickbaity, and also because I ran it past the Warhammer ladies that we were chatting with, and they were like, yeah, that's hilarious. I love it. I got so many spam comments right out the gate from like sexy ladies on YouTube because the sexy was in the title. Oh my God. Right. You would not believe. I was like batting them off with a stick. It was horrible.
Sure you were. That was the whole purpose of this whole thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So just put sexy ladies and you'll get sexy ladies.
Yeah. You want sexy ladies? Just name your video sexy ladies and they'll come flocking.
Yeah. All the sexy ladies. People are saying it's the Great Union of Trumpistan.
Oh God. Makes me so sad.
Great Orange Wall of Americas.
Is this Jacob?
Got demonetized.
I hope these jokes are coming from
9:30,
Americans.
6 is half past. Stop this. What time is it?
Oh, what time is it?
It's over here. It's 10:22 in the morning.
Oh, okay. And you got to stop at. Oh no. Okay. So we got to stop in like 40 minutes. We got 40 minutes left.
But my coworkers both have to go right now.
Oh shit.
I don't have to do anything.
Morkin Gork posted a comment that I needed to approve because he said bullshit. Oh. I'm recovering from Corona bullshit, so that's why I'm here now. Whoa, Morkin Gork, you had Corona? Like you actually had COVID? You're now the like second or third person I know who's actually had COVID. Yo, boyo, you know that Iria's husband died of COVID?
Yeah, I know it when it happened. That was like a month ago.
No, it was like 4 months ago, but I didn't know if anyone told you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what happened to me? I was in the bank, like the Esto bank, and like the Esto bank lady's like, oh yeah, we actually had like some of our members were affected by COVID, and like one of our members died. I'm like, was it Rain? And she's like, oh my God, you know Rain? I'm like, yeah, I know Rain. Iria's like my godmother. And she's like, oh, Iria's the best. I'm like, yes, Iria is the best.
We're all Lithonian here, friend.
Yep.
What a great bank, eh?
It's so weird. Wifey calls it the U high spank.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like he spunk.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Jacob
for the
Foster got tested at work today, so that was nice.
Jacob Foster got tested. Oh, it was nice. You enjoyed having that thing shoved up in your brain.
Apparently, they don't
I hear it's
need to
rough.
do that.
Mork and Gork, I'm sorry, man, that you got COVID. I hope you're doing okay. I'm glad you're recovering. Hopefully it wasn't so bad, but I'm assuming it was bad. But I'm glad you're okay, and hopefully your family's okay. And hopefully it's all on the up and up from here.
Those are some Broly-like looking pecs.
Oh, yeah. Nobody tell David Koska. He'll be pissed. No pecs on a Kroot, apparently. It's not going to be like pecs. It's going to be like a peck-ish chest plate. And it's going to kind of come up here, but I got to figure that line out. It's okay. David Koska's too busy climbing mountains. He's not going to watch my stream.
It was really noticeable. It just made my eyes water.
What? Is that Morgan Gork? No.
Tested when he was tested. When he got
Oh,
jammed up,
right,
you know,
right,
so
right.
the,
Gotcha. You got to tell me who's saying these things.
Sorry.
All right. Let's get some more putty over here. Shift it around. See, so like I upload these videos on YouTube and I'm like, oh, this one's about sculpting tyrannid legs. This one's about sculpting a Krootox. What's this one going to be? Sculpting cloaca shields. And Kroot caterpillar bodies.
Good point. You gotta put a... Just do sexy ladies again.
Sexy ladies. Bring on the comments.
Sexy ladies part 2.
Sexy peck ladies.
Cloaca.
Oh, that's going to get me demonetized for sure. I'm just kidding. I'm not making any money. Okay, what? There we go. When you have the weird...
There's something going on at work right now.
What?
I think a bunch of parents are here to watch their kids ride horses.
You work in the weirdest school.
I know.
When are you guys going to start your ski lessons?
What? Oh god, I will not get on a horse.
No, ski lessons.
Tea lessons. Oh dear, I'd love to do a tea club here.
Skiing, downhill skiing.
Oh, ski?
Ski lessons.
Ski?
Yeah.
Those start in December.
Oh, I thought you were making a Japanese joke. Ski ga ski? Tea ga ski?
Red Dog says sexy Kroot ladies for a clickbaity title.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
sure
call it clickbaity title.
that could work. I feel like Miniac's already done that.
Okay, true.
There's another guy who gives it away for free. Miniac. Nice guy.
Yeah. Maniac.
He even gives away like plugs for free. He did like a plug for my sculpting videos when he did his sculpting video. Did you see that?
No.
He tried to sculpt Cacodemon from Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really impressive that he's like, I've never sculpted anything from scratch before. I'm just gonna do it. And he did like a whole video about it. It was nice.
Nice. Damn it. I got some tags stuck in my head for some reason.
It's called Thrift Shop.
Yeah, Thrift Shop. Right.
How's the...
Something. I think he's leaving.
Oh.
Work says, cheers, thanks, man. I had some complications, but whatever. I'm getting better. My lungs are functioning more or less again, so no worries. Just back to training. It should be fine eventually. Glad you're getting back to normal.
I'm glad you're getting better, man, because I hear it's not a good thing. Yo, okay, we shouldn't talk about that on the stream. I was about to complain to you about how a member of our family is not taking this shit seriously.
Oh dear. Somebody who traveled to the United States?
Somebody who decided to travel to the United States to go on a date. What is wrong with these people?
It was a lady. Oh, maybe it was a lady date.
It was a date.
Okay.
It was a manly date.
Well, maybe it's super sexy when you do that.
And my partner who works in a hospital was really fucking pissed. I'm sure your partner who works in a hospital would also be really fucking pissed.
Don't care. It's kind of in Japan, a different world.
Oh, where everything's fine and they don't have to worry about COVID?
I don't know.
How are they so magically fine?
I don't know.
Do you believe it? I don't know if I do.
Do I believe it? One Kroot down, need to green stuff, says Mark. Do I believe it? Everybody's wearing masks. 99% of the people here wear masks. You never see anybody not wearing a mask. So that
is a good point. That is a good point. Okay.
And I think that we're in a holding pattern, right? We're maintaining all these procedures or whatever, but nothing has really hit that Death Mark 5 point yet. So once it does,
DEFCON is the word you're looking for.
Holding pattern to kind of clamp it down and just go back into whatever we need to do.
What are the cases like there?
What?
What are the cases?
I'm not really paying attention to any of the cases, to be honest. But
Hold on a sec. I think Lady Wife left the door open. I gotta go close it.
Oh dear.
If you don't close it, it like whaps around in the breeze.
Gorkmork says, cheers, man. David Hill says, they all wear masks and don't touch hands. That's true. Mask wearing was a thing in Japan before COVID, so it's super easy. You bow to each other instead. Yeah, these are all true, but I work in a kindergarten, and they don't bow yet. They slap and touch and poke. But the fact that masks were so available and already part of the culture that everyone just like, oh yeah, I'll wear my mask today. Okay, no problem. Yeah, not touching. People say that the way that the Japanese language is, you spray less saliva when you speak. That's possible. But like the closest it's come really here is one of my coworkers. He has a friend. He doesn't even live in Hokkaido, but he's a dentist, and they had a couple cases. And one of the cases that the way they found out that Corona had gotten to the dentist office is that one of the workers there was getting an operation, and before her operation, she was tested for Corona, and it turns out that she had it. So maybe a lot of people here have it, and they're just not getting tested or whatever. It's just like
Yeah.
they're kind of gum-butting and just not caring that anything's wrong.
Yeah.
My boss this year paid for everybody here to get flu shots, and apparently this year the flu.
Wait, paid? It's not free there?
No, it's not free.
What?
You gotta pay.
That's fucking weird.
I've always paid.
In Canada, you paid?
Not in Canada, fine.
That's weird. Like, I thought Japanese healthcare was so good. Oh, no, wait. Japanese healthcare is so cheap.
It's cheap.
I've had to pay like a $5 deductible on something in Japan.
But my boss paid that $5 deductible, and we all got the flu shot. But like for like, I think my arm, I got it over 2 weeks ago right now, and my arm is still bruised from where they injected.
Oh, that's not good. That means you got someone who was a rookie.
No, I was like an ancient doctor.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he's good. Do you remember did I ever tell you about the time that I went to donate blood and they like bruised my arm?
They bruised it.
Yeah, the lady was like digging around in my arm looking for a vein for a long time. I don't think she was very good at it, and like I was in pain for like a week and a half after.
That's my wife's favorite part of being a nurse, catching veins and stabbing them.
She is a... Oh, speaking of your wife and her favorite things, did you hear they're rebooting Resident Evil? The movies?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe she can be in one again.
Maybe. What do we got here? We got some more comments. Jesus, a lot of comments.
It's COVID. Popping off.
Red Dog says, super cheap. What are we talking about here? Kajan says, always admire the whole mask wearing Japan, and I happily adapted to having an excuse to wear one here. Mark says, I walk about with a half mask respirator and a pack of medical grade anti-bac wipes in the pouch. Jesus.
See, the only thing with a respirator, that's not the kind of respirator that just like shoots your own air out, is it? Because
I am using gel antiseptic.
all these dudes here bought these masks that have like breathing valves in them, and they filter air coming in, but then they just spew your air coming out, which is exactly the opposite of what a mask is supposed to do.
Right.
Or the reason we're wearing them right now.
So also, like, here, the kids are, I think, 5 years old, and they all wear a mask in class.
Good.
And that I can't understand, because my kid will not wear a mask.
He's like 2, though. He's not 5.
But the thing is, though, like, we do a lot of events. It's so, like, in Canada, you don't have to wear a mask outside.
Okay. In Canada, you have to wear a mask whenever you go inside a building. You don't have to wear a mask outside. But some people do. A lot of people do. I'm really surprised.
Here, people wear them in their own car.
What? With no one else?
Yeah.
We wear them in the car when we have like someone with us. But if it's just me and the wife, there's just no mask.
Let's see. Are the parents wearing them right now? They are all wearing masks.
Well, they would have
outside.
to. Oh, outside.
We did the sports festival a few weeks ago, and I guess the kids are running around, so they didn't have to wear their masks. But all the teachers were wearing masks.
Oh yeah, you said you were running in a mask, right?
That's not fun. But then, like, we also do, like, we play in this gym we have here, and when we're in the gym, nobody wears masks. And, like, right now they're in this weird position because they're like, well, if there's good airflow, it helps with stopping transmission of coronavirus. So, like, it's getting pretty cold now. It's fall.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just, like, leaving all the windows open in our building, and it's bloody freezing.
Oh, no.
Like, I'm cold. I'm like, yeah, it's stupid to have these windows open. So I run around and close them.
And then you get fired.
Yeah, no, Red Dog says, sorry, I meant that the deductible in Japan are super cheap. Yeah, they are.
Red Dog, are you in Japan? You sound like you're in Japan. Or you sound like you were in
Red
Japan.
Dog? I think he just knows. Jacob Foster says, here, like maybe 40% of people cover their nose if they wear a mask, but maybe only like 60 to 70 wear a mask. A lot of the kids here have trouble keeping their mask over their nose.
Jacob, have you seen the meme?
When I leave the house, regardless of planning to encounter anyone. David Hill says, I can't have a flu shot or any other live vaccines. I'll have an anaphylactic reaction.
Oh no! Wait, stop! Let me talk to these people. Stop. David, is it because of the eggs in it? I hear that like people are allergic to eggs and they can't take flu shots or they can't take shots. Also, Jacob, have you seen the meme for people who wear masks not covering their nose? It's my favorite meme.
Is it with like their dicks?
Yeah, the dick's hanging out. It's like wearing an underwear with your dick hanging out. It's the best. Manzak, welcome. Glad to see you, buddy. I think Manzak's in the States. Glad you can make it. Sorry, when you're rapid firing like that, it doesn't really do me any good.
Okay.
I mean, I appreciate you reading the comments, but I feel like I want to...
Yeah, Jacob Foster says I'm talking about adults. Yeah, the underpants meme. Very funny.
Manzak, what are you up to? You hobbying tonight? Okay, so this pack...
The vaccine is cultured in eggs.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Put me in a hospital for 3 months as a baby.
Who's that? David?
David Hills.
Oh, jeez.
Cough. 3 months.
Oh, God.
Oh, Raw Dog is half Japanese and hear a lot of news out of Japan. Unfortunately, he's in the States.
Yokoso! Good, buddy.
Mark says, but it's not a live vaccine.
Okay, what the hell? I gotta figure out this pack. Oh, I can always fix this later. What the hell am I worrying about?
I
don't know. What are you doing with your mouth?
I'm setting up my room for my lesson.
Oh, nice. Who are you teaching today?
Mark says takes 10 to 14 days to take effect. Flu vaccine.
Oh.
I see. 10 to 14 days. That's something I didn't know. Also, the funny thing is that like we go to the doctor's office and they're like, here, fill out this form. It's entirely in Japanese. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And then like our joke is that they don't even read the paper; they just give us the flu shot. Remember that a disposable mask and gloves need to be thrown away after one use. Otherwise, it's just an infectious surface you're carrying around. Manzak Miniature says, lol, probably not. My 8-month-old has been very clingy lately and not wanting to sleep in his crib. So probably just drinking and eating popcorn.
Okay.
David Hill says, depends on how old you are. Children get a live one. But even the dead stuff is cultured in eggs.
Damn it, where is Adam when we need him? From Between the Bolter and Me. They're like crazy biologist dudes that know all about like everything. They could answer all these questions.
Medzak says I should probably do some more work. Big presentation tomorrow afternoon.
What's the presentation? Anything fun?
Cloacas.
I hope so.
That's the title for this video, Cloacas in Pop Culture.
I was thinking sexy Kroot chests or something like that. How to sculpt sexy Kroot caterpillar bodies. If anyone would like to know about our chat stats or stream stats today, I don't actually know what any of these things mean, but apparently... What? Did the stream just die?
I don't think so. Why?
I have 0 concurrent viewers. Can you try and open the stream on YouTube and see what's happening?
I always have it open. How do you think I look at this stuff?
Oh, right.
It says 16 watching right now.
So you can still see me and hear me?
I think. Well, I remember I'm in the past.
Oh, now it's a six. Oh, that was weird. It dropped to like 0. I was like, hey, I'll read the stats to you if anyone's nerdy and wants to know them. And then it just killed. It died. So apparently we have 16 concurrent. Oh, you can see this stuff?
Yeah.
We have a chat rate of 2. We have 105 playbacks. And we have an average watch time of 13 minutes.
I can't see that stuff.
Okay.
Sorry. Stream looks good to go. Good to me. Manzac Miniatures says not miniature related. New furniture design for next quarter. Whoa, that sounds cool.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh dear. David Hill says at least there's no painting handle sex toy reference. David Hills. Now we're gonna get flagged.
Hey, check it out. I got a sexy sex toy handle painting thing here with a microphone on top. So with this sexy Kroot torso.
Sprite says there's 18 people watching for her.
Okay, we got this. Thanks, friends. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. Sorry, what that?
One thing I like is the sides, how they wrap around. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I gotta think more about that, or pay attention to what I'm doing there. I think it just kind of happened by accident, and I think it works. I'm just trying to, like, clean up the edges of the plates, but... What are you gonna say?
To do this... Oh shit, a bunch of stuff's going on. To do this reading your chat for you, I have to get to work 30 minutes earlier. And
thanks.
I just have to cut out one element from my morning. This morning it was cutting out my coffee.
Oh, sorry, man. Thanks.
Okay, I could possibly make the coffee here.
How is Japanese office coffee?
Forest Sprite's heading out. She says good night. Good night.
Bye, Forest Sprite. Good light. Good luck slaying the dragon, man. Hope you slay it soon.
Sleep is for the weak, says Mark.
Disagree.
Manzac, I empathize with you. 8-month-old, not easy. But honestly, my way of solving that was not even use a crib. Just everybody in one bed. Have a good sleep together.
That's the Japanese way.
It's a great way. First, I was like, we're going to sleep in the same bed. And then I realized everybody does it here. All the kids I teach, they're like, yeah, we all sleep in the same bed.
Yeah, but don't they do it till, like, way late in the kid's life?
Yeah.
Are you going to do that?
Like, I have kids in grade 1 and grade 2, and they're like, what, we all sleep in the same bed? It's cool, man. Be cool, Greg. Be cool.
Are you going to do that?
Is Forest Sprite on Instagram?
I don't know. I don't think Forest Sprite's on Instagram.
I think the one thing that makes it last longer is if you have another kid and that kid's still sleeping in the bed. Oh,
gotcha.
The first kid's like, come on, why do I get kicked out? And they're like, you can leave if you want. And I'm like, I don't want to leave. You guys are having a party in there.
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
Manzac Miniature says, as far as your numbers go, you could possibly glean more if you show on another night. I know a lot of people tune in for Warhammer Weekly, which seems to be at the same time as your show.
Yeah, Manzac, I've just realized this. I talked about this earlier on the stream, but you weren't around. I've only just realized how, like, big Vince is and how cool Vince is. Like, I'd never watched any of his videos until this week.
That's Warhammer Weekly, Vince?
Yeah. So then I watched his videos, and I think when we were finishing the stream last week, I was, like, doing some settings on it so it would upload. And then I had just followed Vince or something, and then I'm like, oh, he's streaming right now. Oh. So we were actually talking earlier about another night. Manzac, do you have a request for if we did another night, which night would work for you? We talked about maybe Thursday. Apparently, like, Monument Miniatures does Thursday, but I don't really know anything about Monument, so I'm not that concerned. But apparently they're a big deal.
Red Dog says, longtime fan, by the way, used your blog to learn to sculpt spying backpacks for some grotesques I converted.
Oh, sweet, Red Dog. I love anyone who's doing grotesques and homunculus stuff.
Do you know if Forest Sprite has Insta?
I don't think Forest Sprite has Insta. I think I talked to her about this. Because, she was asking if our cousin could shoot her wedding. And I was like, oh, yeah, check her out on... Oh, cousin, niece, whatever. I'm like, oh, yeah, check her out on Instagram. She's like, oh, I might have to set up an Instagram. I'm like, you don't have Instagram? So I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Somebody asked on the stream.
Oh, okay. Forest Sprite is not Warhammer related, just to be clear.
Oh, really?
No. Forest Sprite is like personal friend who enjoys watching my videos for God knows what reason.
I see.
Yeah, that's awesome, Red Dog. Glad to hear it. What part of Japan are you from, or is your family from? Because as you may have caught us saying, we were both up in Hokkaido. Well, I was. Craig is in
I
Hokkaido.
am. We're good old Hokkaido boys.
Dosanko desu!
All my in-laws are also Hokkaido based.
Because they're good people.
Great people. The best people.
It's because they're
Actually,
fun.
I'm going to Hakodate this weekend.
Lucky boy.
Yep. I'm seeing Azusa this weekend.
Azu?
You met her at the St. Louis.
Oh! Right. Cool. I told you St. Louis is gone, right?
I know. David Hill says, I only started mine in July. Is what?
I have no idea.
I gotta scroll up. David Hill. Oh, Instagram. He started his Instagram in July.
Ah.
BattleTech Miniatures, lol, don't have to factor me in on this. Your show and schedule, you have to do what's right for you.
Yo, Manzak, just give me a suggestion, bud. I just need some suggestions. Help me out with a suggestion.
Instagram doesn't even want my emails to register. Tried my personal and spam email addresses. It doesn't like either. Red Dog's family is from Okinawa.
So, sugoi.
Someday.
Badass.
Insta. Would you recommend Hokkaido in the winter or Hokkaido in the summer?
Winter.
Winter, it's cold.
Well, I don't know. How do you feel about snow? That's the thing. Like, if you love snow, go to Hokkaido in the winter. If you hate snow, go in the summer because it's really nice.
Does your sculpting Nurgle video talk about sculpting fat people? Says Colin.
No! And it should. That was a miss.
Do you still have any of those? Well, you've been buying lots of larger miniatures. Do you want to sculpt a fat homunculus or a fat?
I was supposed to sculpt a fat homunculus for, what's his face?
Oh,
Brando. I owe Brando a fat homunculus, so maybe I should just do it. But I just ripped off a fat Nurgle model, and I was going to make it out of that.
That could be November.
No, I got plans for November.
Whatever.
It's going to be Tyranids in November. We talked about it. Someone suggested on the stream. I can't remember who. They're like, what about Nom Nom? Yeah, Nom Nom Nid November. And I was like, that is brilliant. And I may have sorted it out so that Hydra's going to do some Tyranids in November as well. And Hydra has not done Tyranids in a fucking dog's age, so I'm excited about that.
Colin Duffy says, "Say hi to Brando for me. It's the same Brando."
It's Colin. It's the same Brando, but I haven't talked to him in a long time. You may have talked to him before I did. Brando has this thing where I did a couple of models for Brando. I did. If anyone's been following me on Instagram forever, I did a Blood Bowl ogre in like armor, like.
That was quick too. Jesus.
Well, that was because I was inspired and I just did it. So I did that. I did a Blood Bowl ogre for Brando, and then I did a Blood Bowl Nurgle spawn thing for Brando. I feel like that was not as good as the ogre, but and then he gave me a bunch of Caradron overlords. And he's like, "Hey, can you convert these into like diving helmet dwarfs for me?" I'm like, that is a cool idea. I can definitely do that, and I never did. And he also like gave me a box of Storm Fiends or whatever, the big giant Skaven dudes, and he's like, "Hey, can you convert these into homunculus grotesques for me?" I'm like, "I can absolutely do that, no problem." Didn't finish it, and then he gave me this fat Slan thing, not Slan, Seraphon, and he's like, "Can you convert this into like a fat homunculus version of me?" I'm like, "That is the coolest idea. I can definitely do that," and we did not.
Colin Duffy's asking if you've seen the Servitor ogres for Necromunda. You did them on stream one week.
I've got them. Yeah, I had them on stream. I was gonna do a conversion for those for a Inc 28 contest, but I did not, and I think it's now finished.
Progress is stalled.
So I owe Brando a lot of models, but I like asked him about it. I'm like, "Yo, man, those models I was supposed to do for you." He's like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine." I'm like, "Okay," because like I think what he was doing was he was kind of like chasing a list. Like it was like some kind of like awesome homunculus build list, and he wanted me to do it for him. But I was like, my timelines and his timelines didn't line up.
Right.
So I've still got these models, and I still want to do stuff with them. But maybe I'll do a fat homunculus. Maybe that's what I should do.
He was the manager at the Games Workshop, right?
He was not a manager. He was just a dude.
Oh, okay.
It was Mike who was the manager.
Okay.
And now the manager is Wolverine. Have you met Wolverine?
No, but I've heard of him.
Oh, what's his name?
Adamantium skeleton, healing factor.
I can't remember what he. Oh God, what's his real? I can't remember his real name. Dave, something like that. I don't know. But dude looks like Wolverine. Like seriously, looks like Wolverine. He's got the chops.
Nice.
And Wolverine's Canadian, so it could happen.
Fitting. Not Australian, like he used to be.
Was he Australian ever in the book, in the comics?
No.
Oh, you're just
The
talking
actor
about
that played him was
you're talking about Hugh
Australian.
Jackman. Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob Foster says, I finished my I-Nov model.
Oh,
It turned out
good.
okay, but he missed the deadline.
Oh, that's too bad.
What? I have met Wolverine. What are the rules in GW post-COVID?
I have no idea. The closest I've come to GW post during COVID was when Josh split the Indominus box for me, and I went and stood around out front with all the other dudes who were waiting for their Indominus boxes, and Josh went in and got the Indominus box and gave me shit. I did not go inside. I think it's just like pickup. Like, I don't think you can actually go in and hang out. I think it's limited numbers. I don't know if it's changed recently, but that's what it was like when Indominus came out.
Why am I doing that? Are you going to give him a little stubby frog tail?
I need to. That's a good suggestion. I forgot about giving him a tail. Because if you look at the source model, he's got a little tail.
If you got a minute, would you be able to drag out the servitor order you worked on for Call of Duty to look at?
I didn't actually get anywhere with it.
You did?
Servitor order? You mean the
The
Necromunda?
spear guy.
I did like nothing on him.
Oh, okay.
Like, I just kind of messed with some bits, and then I didn't really get further. It's not much to see, unfortunately.
Okay, never mind.
I was just really inspired by that kit, and I was like, yeah, I want to make like a big... the goal is to make a big aberrant. Genestealer called Aberrant.
The funny thing is that you were making exactly this model. You were making a guy with a spear and a shield. And then you're like, I'm going to make a different guy with a spear and a shield.
Oh, I didn't think... Well, this guy was the original guy with the spear and the shield. So maybe that guy was inspired by this guy. No, I've always had this kind of like dream of making big Genestealer called Aberrants that look kind of like knightish. And they're used for fighting Tyranids.
Right.
Like going on these raid missions. So
Right.
one day.
John says he went to GW store like 2 weeks ago. It's only pickup. You have to wait outside. Only one person at the store.
That sounds like what it's like in Canada.
Right. Like consumer distributing.
You could go in with more than one people. God, consumer distributing. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Whoa!
Oh yeah. Oh man. The guy, the sculptor of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he's got a website. It's kind of ancient, but it's really interesting. And that guy is super cool.
The sculptor, the guy who did the comic.
The guy who did the sculpting of the figures.
Cool.
And so watching that made me really want to try using, because he uses that monster clay that it's like a wax-based
Yeah,
clay.
I think they have that at Sculpture Supply.
But he makes his own, and he's like, "Here, this is what you need to make it. Just make your own." And like the stuff he makes, he has a certain color that he makes it by just throwing in random assortment of Crayola crayons.
Oh my god, amazing!
I'm not going to tell you what crayons I use because that's my color. You can throw in whatever crayons you want to make your own color.
Cool. What does his color look like?
His color is like a reddy. It's like a brownish reddish.
Yeah.
That kind of clay, coppery color. Morgan Gork says, so what is your Krootoberfest goals, Mr. Pink? Sculpting a Krootox or many more minis, even an army?
So I need to finish my Kroot army. So that's definitely one of my goals. My goal for Krootoberfest was just to finish this guy. I wanted to finish sculpting him and paint him, but as it's now halfway through Krootoberfest and I've gotten this far, maybe I'll settle on just finishing this guy from like a sculpt build perspective. But that's a good question.
So that monster clay stuff, the useful thing about it is that you can use it like a modeling compound to sculpt. But what you can also do is you can take a mold and pour it into a mold, and then you've got like a moldable material already cast in the mold. It hardens up, but you can still like work off of it. You can melt it. You can like with your hands start manipulating it again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Probably not something I would use because, as you noted in the Moloch thing, I just want things to be done.
Yeah.
Don't want to go back. Don't want to second guess. Just want it to be done. Actually, you know what? Speaking of being done, not only did I mix up the exact amount of green stuff that I needed, did anyone see that post by Tabletop Inquirer this week. If you're not following Tabletop Inquirer on Instagram or Twitter, you should definitely follow Tabletop Inquirer. He's amazing. He does all these like kind of sarcastic Warhammer headlines, and his headline from the other day was "Man mixes exact amount of green stuff," and I commented, "Fake news," because you never mix the exact amount of green stuff, except this time, I think I did. And as I got exactly through it, and as you have to teach and I have to get ready for bed and stuff, I think maybe we should call this.
Alright, Menzak just says he was excited to work on a larger gin, but someone sent him the bits he needed, but the bits got mixed up and lost in the mail.
Manzak, what bits do you need for your larger gin? Can I help? I owe you bits anyway. Once I get them from Europe. I'm still waiting on them from the UK. I have a suspicion the guy never sent them, but he says he did, so we'll see. But what bits do you need on your big boy? Maybe we can crowdsource them.
If you're heading out, or if you're...
I think I'm heading out.
Gonna head out, okay?
Yeah, thank you for helping out. I think I'm going to head out as well. Thank you all for being on the stream. Manzak, send me a message with what bits you need, and we'll see if we can hook you up. Honestly, all you dudes from the UK, I'm so glad you're here. And Europe and Germany, not Japan. Japan, I'm glad you're here from Japan. But I'm glad people hang around for the stream late at night, and glad you can all be here. We'll see about maybe shifting the day of the stream, since I can't compete with Vince. So maybe a different day would be better. So yeah.
We talked about doing a random unboxing video live stream.
Yep. Oh, and if you're watching this on after the fact, if you weren't able to participate in the stream, I definitely want to know when a stream would be good for you. So if you're watching this on the recorded version, just leave a comment on the YouTube video to let us know what day is good for live streaming, so that maybe you could join up. Are you laughing because I just screwed that up?
No, David Hill said good morning. Everyone says good night.
Good morning, David.
The bits were from Selenar. Whoa.
Selenar, I ain't got those. It's that big...
Gork says good night all. Looking forward to the next stream if I can catch it as well.
All right, hope so, and I hope you feel better, Mork and Gork. I hope that you don't have any lasting badness related to COVID. And yeah, let's all chat and stream together soon. Good luck on your sculpting. Good luck on your Krootoberfest. And it's been a treat. Bye.